This amateur video shows the restraining of a young TTC passenger by multiple police officers and transit fare inspectors. Now that scene unfolded right here at Bathurst in St. Clair on Sunday, and witnesses say the young passenger involved was no more than 15 or 16 years old. But what's at question here is what prompted the altercation in the first place.
It looked like he was going to get off, and they were making their rounds checking people's transfers, and they wanted to kind of catch him before he made his way off the train. So it was a pretty casual grab by the back of the jacket type of thing. He was kind of halfway out the streetcar, and it pulled him back in.
Okay. And then his response was to push them back, right?
Yeah, he responded aggressively. A couple people, as I was getting off the train, said that they heard him ask the officer not to touch him. I didn't actually hear that, but I did hear him saying that he hadn't done anything. He hadn't felt that he had aggressed in any way to warrant, being taken down like that.
The TTC says it's still investigating what prompted the exchange and altercation, although it doesn't believe the cause was fare evasion.
What we've seen in the video is of course of great concern to us. We are investigating. The head of our transit enforcement unit is investigating, and we will take appropriate action depending on what that investigation reveals.
Green says this is the first time he's heard of TTC fare inspectors being accused of using excessive force. He says transit officers have greater range in when and where the use of force is warranted, but fare inspectors are far more limited.
Fare inspectors, in the case of force, it's really a defensive mechanism. They would never, for example, physically remove someone for not paying a fare. The use of force for fare inspectors is very specific around defense and evasion, that kind of thing.
And when it comes to the large show of force from officers, Toronto police say they responded to the scene with considerable numbers because the call to them was for assistance, and it was unclear if weapons were involved. No charges were laid against the passenger or anyone else.
He was being very loud, but in terms of physical resistance, it didn't seem like much to me. He was a kid.
Now, the TTC says it is conducting a full investigation, trying to determine what prompted the initial reaction from fare inspectors. They say their findings will determine if any sort of discipline will be launched against the fare inspectors. Now, this story was brought to us by a CityNews viewer like you. If you see news in the making, or if there's something you'd like us to look into, here are all the different ways you can reach us.